Musicians know the blues firsthand. Andrew Jacobs. No one ever said the blues was any way to make a living. Broke even in good times, little Freddie King survived by playing juke joints in New Orleans until old age left his body broken. Deprived of a steady income, he went without dentures or glasses, and one night a heavy rain brought down the ceiling of his bedroom. Without an audience for his quirky style of music, Haskell Whistlin' Britches Thompson ended up in a Winston-Salem homeless shelter. These people are our culture, our folk musicians, and no one is looking after them, said the bluesman Taj Mahal. We're always putting our hands over our heart and saying the Pledge of Allegiance and honoring Davy Crockett, yet we're allowing these people and their music to fall through the cracks. In the 1980s, Tim Duffy came to a similar realization. As a student studying folklore at the University of North Carolina, he grew obsessed with preserving the sounds of these unheralded musicians. But as he traveled the rural South with recording equipment, he grew even more troubled by the poverty that left many artists without instruments and too strapped for heating oil or medicine. Their music ended up in archives, but the problem is no one gets to hear it, said Mr. Duffy, who lives in Hillsborough, North Carolina. And the recordings don't put food on their table. It doesn't get them a gig. Over the last 2 decades, Mr. Duffy, 41, has turned his passion into a nonprofit organization, the Music Maker Foundation, which is part recording company, part artist management service, and part social welfare agency. For those able to perform, the foundation promotes roots music and offers artists a touring career. For those too old or sickly, he sends monthly checks that average $100. When unexpected hardships strike, as in the case of little Freddie King's collapsing ceiling, Mr. Duffy provides emergency cash. The foundation also puts CDs into the hands of men like Cootie Stark, a blind guitarist from Greenville, South Carolina, who had never had his music recorded until he met Mr. Duffy at age 68. Mr. Stark, now 77, has since taken to the stages of Lincoln Center, the Rockport Rhythm and Blues Festival at Newport, and other concert venues. He earns about $8,000 a year selling his CDs. It should have happened 45 years ago, but I finally got a break, he said.